Hey, Sunshine Monie with the affirmations to enjoy your day with Sunshine Monie. You are listening to Chakra music. I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls of Drish and Indigo. I make some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel intention. I'm remixing declensions before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Write Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that call to the vexes. I applaud the protectors, I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Enoch 7 prophet, move like the full winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school. So I move with a Bob Slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses and faces on public is real frisky. Touche.
You are listening to Chakra music.
Mask off.
Never gets old to me. I love it. I love it. Hello, Seeds of the Sun podcasters. Somebody is getting on Sunshine Monie side, honey. She gave them the mama the side jump. I know all about that, Joe. I know all about it. Hello, Seed of the Sun, Star Seeds, Sun Seeds, everybody out there. Hope you guys are doing well. This is my sister Sunshine Monie L and Foxxi Roxxi.
Hey, peace,
Hey.
y'all.
Well, it has been a year, y'all, a whole year since we have started the Seeds of the Sun podcast. I cannot believe it. I am so excited, and we are still around, and we are doing better than ever. Like, for real, some people, they start that shit, but they don't stick around long. They be like, man, I can't do this. It's too much. We be making it. We might be late, but we here.
I'm glad to be here. I was like, I didn't even know it was like a whole year. That's so crazy. Like, thinking about it. We did have mad episodes. We had some really great episodes.
Yeah, we have. We really need to do like a recap. I think we need to just like take, I guess, this next week off while we off and put some clips together from the past year, because we have had some really dope, funny ass episodes.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, and some serious good ones.
Yeah, we had some serious good ones too. Had some space talk, had some love talk, had some family talk. When we first started, I think I got like a list of the episodes we had when we first started. Then after that, we started winging it.
Yeah, like, what we gonna talk about? I don't know, girl. What we gonna talk about? And you know what? We just let Divine come in and lead the conversation, and it just still flows. So it works out. But like the last couple of months, it's been a little crazy. Can you tell us, sis, what's going on with the planetary? Like, what's going on right now? Because there's a lot going on. I feel like for me personally, if it ain't the planets, then I must be something going on with me. Because I feel like everything is backwards. Like the whole world has gone crazy.
We started the retrogrades. The retrograde started in what was that, like March or May, with Pluto going at retrograde first. Then we had Saturn and Neptune, so that brought it to 3. Ceres had been in retrograde this whole time, but it's finally forward. And Chiron, how you turn your wounds into strengths, just went into retrograde like a week or so ago, like 2 weeks ago.
See, I ain't know about that.
Aries. Yeah, that's in Aries in the 8th house. And then that's with the North Node. We are also having a draconic reset. because our nodes are in, the North Node is in Aries and the South Node is in Libra right now. And that's, you know, the starting point of the moon, you know, on a draconic chart for. So we got like a reset on that draconic clock. So that's cool. A lot of people are feeling a reset energy towards their soul. It's a really good time to check your draconic chart and your progressive draconic chart to see like how much progress you're making in that space. That's like the energy of your soul, whereas your tropical is your mind and the Vedic is your vibration, vortex, your heart.
See? That wound going backwards shit, the revisiting. Like, to me, when you start seeing stuff go backwards, it's almost like revisiting or like recanting on the lessons you learned during that time when it was going forward. And I'm telling you right now, that childhood wound stuff is real. So y'all, if y'all ain't doing no shadow work, please, I'm telling you, I'm doing shadow work right now. I'm dealing with things I didn't even know were childhood wounds until I sat still. And sometimes we can't sit still enough to like dig, you know, a little deeper into the root. You might think you just mad about this or that, but then you start digging deeper and you realize that shit is some shit that's been like set in you since you was the little one. You don't even know that that's why you are the way you are, but we don't take the time because life keep throwing shit at us. You know, people always talk about like the aliens, right? We got the UFOs and all of this stuff going on.
I got
they
my own business. I ain't minding no alien business. I got my own shit going on. Fuck them aliens. Shit, they're gonna fix my life. If they're not gonna fix my life, I don't give a fuck.
hey, listen. But if you notice, that's like everybody's mentality. Like, yeah, okay, some aliens, but you know, this rent is really high. And you know, the last time I checked, them eggs was $7. Now they $3. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
So funny, sis. Let me tell you, these niggas' magic fucking sucks. Do you see how much conjuring and invocation they had to do to get people to watch a Netflix movie? They pretended like this man was dying. This started a whole fucking rumor about P. Diddy and gay parties. And now everybody accusing Diddy of stuff. All of this. And yeah, Diddy probably gonna go to jail. But all of this to get people to watch a Netflix movie. That's wild.
But let me say, I do think that a lot of times this is what be crazy. So I don't think the Diddy thing fake though. I mean, I think they bringing it out.
He's still going to jail, but still, y'all made this.
But this is the crazy shit I be telling people, right? Like well, I'm not gonna say I'm a nobody because being a nobody is a somebody, but I am a me, right? I'm just me, right? And I'm just me today. But if I say some wild shit that gets a lot of views, now I'm somebody. I didn't stepped into a dimension in which now they have all this stuff, right? They didn't seen Roxy pick up some weed back in the day. They got this, right? They see me. They got me on camera watching certain things from back in the day. They got that. They don't care about all of that until you say something or be something or decide to step outside of who you are or what you're used to doing. And that's what people don't realize. They know everything you're doing. Every single thing that you do that you think people don't know, to your sex partners, to everything. They know what you do. But it only comes out when you decide to open your, crack your mouth or get ready. You get some influence, you get a little platform and decide you want to use it for something other than bringing people down. Then all of a sudden your closet of skeletons is open. And boy, you wondering how the hell they know. They always knew. They always knew. They always knew what you did. It didn't matter until you mattered.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like, but because so did he? Yeah, okay.
That nigga still going to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they have to air out this nigga business for a Netflix movie. I thought we was keeping secrets, y'all. For real, for a Netflix movie, y'all gonna put me in jail. I hope I got y'all numbers.
Right. Hey, listen. I'm just gonna say this is what a time. That song go, what a time to be alive.
This you know what's funny that I love is that these people. Okay, so y'all, this is why I'm not scared of nothing. Y'all really be out here with the fear mongering, but for most of y'all, the fear mongering is so y'all can sell and market y'all learning packages y'all got. Y'all be trying to sell to scary people. Y'all going to hell for that. Stop doing that. That shit not cool. Anyway, it's kind of fucked up. You scare people with this whole video about doomsday and then say, buy my package for $19.99 if you want to survive. Like, bro, what the fuck? What does Forex have to do with surviving what the fuck coming? I hate y'all. Stop doing that. That's not cool.
Yo, it is a lot of people riding off of the fear wave. Absolutely. And they will have you buy all kinds of stuff that you don't need. Listen,
time is not linear. If we blow up, just go back to fucking 5 BC. We good, cuz we was good back there. It was cool back there. We gonna go back. Like, it's cool. Y'all already ready because y'all already in the spiritual path. Y'all already growing your own food, identifying crystals and plants and shit. You already got your crown chakra pump. You know about the chakra. So we gonna take that knowledge, go back to BC because they blew this shit up because no energy is created or destroyed. So like, I would like to go back, still looking like this because I feel like I look very fly. I feel like I look like this in every life. So for y'all that's like, I was a man, I was a woman, I was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. No, that's y'all business. I was sunshine every life. Because look at this. Why would I pick something else, nigga? Like, ugh. Y'all want to pick something else? Your business.
You are so fucking Leo right now. But I will agree because just the other day, that is so crazy that you say this because that's why I was like, yo, the other day. I said that shit because I was having a one-on-one with me. All right, and my physical was having a one-on-one with my soul. Like we've had this dynamic where I had to separate myself and like talk to my body and I'm sorry, I appreciate you and like thank you for everything you've given me. But I also know that I had to let her know, like I know I've chosen you every lifetime because I love this body and it is not the best body in the world. Like listen, it's not everybody's choice. It's my choice. And I would choose this body again because this body birthed 3 beautiful babies. Not only that, this body has maneuvered through stuff where I thought my life was going to end and I am still here. So I take time to give praises and gratitude to the body that houses this soul. And I was having a conversation. I lied to you not. I said, I know that this is always like when I die, and I come back, I'm still going to be this. This is what I want to look like. I want to look like me, even if I'm like in the 16th century with a big old dress and a big old hair thing. Like, that's cool. Change the clothes, but keep this physical. Me and this physical, we're going to ride. We're going to ride the wave of time.
This. I like this simulation. I'm here for it.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here for it.
Absolutely. No, I feel you on that. I feel you. But yeah, that is a funny thought process because I know a lot of people probably think, yeah, I was a man or I was a dog or I was a cat. And I do believe I was a cat. I definitely
think I was a bear, cat. But I still look like this though.
A bear?
Yeah, but I feel like I still had like my eyes in situation.
Right. Like, see, look, I feel like I still look like a cat. But I was a cat when cats were ancient and they had like real powers. I wasn't a house cat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no house cat. See these Bamas behind me? They probably would. That's just me right there. That's just me. I'm just putting up more pictures of me everywhere. This Bama right here, she me too. So, but yeah, I feel you. Like I like the body I'm in because again, I like this thing. This thing has gone through some things when we'd have been fat, skinny. We done went through changes. We didn't ate things we shouldn't and put in things we should. We didn't, but now we come to an understanding. Mm-hmm.
Chilling. I love it. I like the way she look when I exercise. I like how she look when I don't exercise. I like how she look in the wintertime and the summertime. I look different. I look different every season. Skin color, body weight. Yeah, I'm a shapeshifter. Every season, you look at different shots. Like, what the fuck you do? Yeah, I just be out here.
Yep.
They really thought that Project Bluebeam was going to be dope. They really thought that shit was going to be dope. They thought everybody was going to be in the street like, save yourselves, and that's not what happened. And they mad. They don't know what to do now because everything.
People like okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Beetlejuice when the ghost was like, "Woo," and Lydia was like, "All right."
They're like, she's not scared of us. Like,
no, nigga. Like, I had knowledge. Lydia was smart. She had knowledge. See what that do? And simulation.
And the thing is, like, when you have a pre-programming of who you are, it's already pre-programmed. So even if you're not even in consciousness awareness, there's amount like. I know when people would say like if a entity visited you and it's like it doesn't like pop up on you, it's like gentle, it finds your ancestors will not scare you, right? Like it won't scare you. So for me, like even if you're not into aliens or extraterrestrial and shit like that, it doesn't alarm some people because there's a pre-programming in us that we already know that we are right. Like This joint took me back when they was doing these UFO things. I was thinking about Lovecraft Country when the aliens was coming down and they told the black folks, get out the way. You making this hard. And they wasn't, because they like, y'all are part of us. Move the fuck out the way. And so I feel like we know, we already knew. Even if you don't consciously, it's not in the front, it's in the subconscious mind. So you're not afraid. Like there's a fear mechanism of things that are not in our like, what is this? Like unawareness. That's when we get fear. Things that we don't know what it is going to be. But I feel like when they came out with that UFO stuff, everybody was just like, tell us something we don't know. Like to me, I'm like, and like I've been seeing that joint. I live over here by NSA. Y'all don't think I've seen all kinds of things flying in the sky? What the heck are you talking about?
Oh yeah, you do live right there. So like when I used to live in Virginia and we used to be driving back and forth from Virginia, it is that area where like right the radio start fucking up and we always seeing some shit in the sky. We'd be like, hey, gang, y'all gonna come get it? Because you know, at that time it was me, the father of my child, and our 2 kids in the car. Like, yo, get us right now, bro. The whole squad together. Like this is the perfect time. We got underclothes and shit. We got the toothbrush. We ready. Just take the whole car. Like, come on, come on, because I would hate for it to happen when the squad is apart. Like, just do it when we together.
Just grab us all. Just grab us all. Me up, Scotty.
They got this joint with don't be mad at me because I forgot his name, but he was in Good Burger. He was the guy in the straight
or King,
the older dude that did the song in Good Burger when they was doing a dance number in the asylum. What's his name? It's not Bootsy Collins. It's Knowledge know what I'm talking about. Where Knowledge at? What's his name? But y'all know what I'm talking about. He make that same kind of music as Bootsy Collins, but it's not Bootsy Collins. It's the other dude with the colorful locks and shit. So
the dude P-Funk.
Okay,
yeah. George.
Yeah. Yep, you about to go there. Yep.
George, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They was all named George back then. Anyway.
My dad's name is George. My brother's name is George.
I got a lot of Georges too. But yeah, so he did a short film. I forget what it's called. But in the short film is like he narrating it or whatever. And it's about these aliens that come and they come to the government and they like, hey, we only want the black people. And so the government is all white people except for one dude. So they all circle, and it's crazy the conversation they have at the round table deciding whether or not to allow the aliens to just come and take the black, because they don't know why. Like the aliens wouldn't tell them why they wanted them. So they were like, so it was just crazy to hear like, yo, they're just niggas, kind of like, it was just kind of that, like, just let them take them, like, fuck it, it's niggas. We didn't want to be with them anyway. And the other people were like, well, wait, you know, they have a lot of inventions, they do make a lot of shit, and we use them for a lot of shit, you know, and what are we going to do without them, you know, but the food going to taste like. So, the one black dude at the table was mad. He was like, I can't believe I'm hearing this. So the aliens come. So they decide to do it. And it's crazy the shit that they say to each other when they come to the conclusion to like just let the aliens take the niggas. And now they're talking about how they're going to market it, how they're going to present it on the television. That
oh my God, I gotta see this.
Black people. So they had this whole thing where they moved it, where like, hey, all black people, you know, bring a suitcase and meet us over here. The alien's gonna take y'all, you know, thank you. Oh, it was kind of like a military shit. Thank you for being of service, you know. So it was one of those numbers. Let me tell you a funny thing. So the black guy, wife was white, right? So they packed all their suitcases with their mixed babies, right? And then they get there, and the girl, she tried to wear a wig. She tried to look light skinned. She was trying to look light skinned, sis.
Rachel Dolezal, okay.
She tried it, and the aliens was like, bitch. And then she got separated from the family. None of that. But it's a cliffhanger because all the black people get beamed up and we don't know what happens after that.
Oh my God. Yo, it's funny, but you know what? It's a bloodline thing, yo.
I think they here for us because we finna be out, bro.
The bloodline of the gods. It's the black gods. It's the return of the black gods. You got to understand when they talk about the angels came down and the humans. You got to understand that if they mix, then there's a bloodline of mixed children. That means there are demigods on this earth right now, and they're coming for their children. They're like, all right, well, we want all of our folks because y'all over here tripping. We brought them down here for something different. Y'all doing the most. We want them back. They're like, wait a minute, wait. So if you take them, then what's going to happen? Because you understand that when they take all the black people, the sun is going to. Y'all do know that the sun is here because of like it's going with us. It's going with us. It's going to be right on the back of that Joe.
Oh, you remember? Okay, so you probably don't. Anyway, because I did this by myself. So I was, it takes Pluto 284 years to do a full, thing. 248. I don't know. I got dyslexic with that 4 and 8. I don't know. It's either 48 or 84. So I did the math, right? So you go up to the math to the 1775, whatever. You keep going back. So I got curious. I went all the way back to the BC days. I just kept subtracting the same number and checking the Pluto to see if it was correct in the Farmer's Almanac. I do shit like that when I'm alone. I'm a geek. Anyway.
Oh my God, you are a nerd. I love it. Go ahead.
I'm a nerd. This is what I do for fun. So I went all the way back. So there was a period of time where a volcano erupted. I want to say this was like the 900s maybe, and a volcano erupted, and it was like a good 80 years of darkness. And so it's 48. Thank you, Javon. Appreciate you. So it was like 80 years of darkness. You know what I think it was? So when you get into like Pacific Islander mythology, which I've been getting into because I've expanded my natal chart capabilities to asteroids, which are in alignment with the whole Centaur family lineage, and then we get into the lineage of the Pacific Islander deities. So you got Pele. I know I'm butchering the names. My bad, y'all. I'm trying my best. And then Almea, Haunea, and their like mother-daughter relationship. And so that's their deities. They are in charge of the volcanoes.
Right.
Volcanoes are goddesses. Pele. That made me like Backyardigans even more, because did you see that episode? I love Backyardigans. Their songs are poppy. Backyardigans and Yo Gabba Gabba. I will watch that shit today.
Oh my God.
Without my kids, because they never really cared about it. They have this episode on Backyardigans where Tasha and Uniqua were the goddesses, the mother-daughter goddesses of the volcano.
See? They dropping knowledge. Listen, I'll be describing stuff. My daughter be like, "Did you ever see this movie?" I'll be like, "No, this is what I'm just talking about real stuff." They be like, "Yeah, but this was in this movie." Yeah, fool. I'll be trying to tell you they putting it right there for you because they have to let you know. Then my hands are clean. I told you that this was there.
It's a corporation. It's not a government. It's a corporation. So they're in contracts with us. So they have to uphold their side of the contract with being transparent. You can't make amendments to our contract without telling me what the amendments are. But it never says in any of the clauses how they have to deliver the information. That's boom. So
and that's why we get it in movies, we get it in frequencies, we get it dropped here and there. But hey, I did it. It don't matter how I just did it.
They got really good with the reality TV shit since social media, though. I'll tell you that, because I'm a WWE fan, and I remember first saying WWE is fake. Fuck you. Can you do a backflip over ropes into a thing and slam your body onto someone else's body and then get up and then fight for 20 more minutes? No, you can't. No. So it's not fucking fake. The storylines are fake. Yeah, I love telenovelas, but that level of athleticism, it's not. That's Olympic, right? Bro. Because if you step on my toe, I quit. I'm not about to fight you for 20 fucking minutes, bro. You just stepped on my finger and you spit on me. No, I'm done. Time out. No. These niggas was bleeding on each other. No, time out. No. It's not enough cocaine in the world, my guys.
Oh my God.
The fact that they're doing this shit on social media where like they're making these crazy scenarios and stuff like that as a way of opening you up, but also showing you we're not going to do anything about it because these are, our you know, people under certain contracts with us. So like, we're going to deal with them in-house. It's kind of like, you know, asking the police to do in-house investigations and convictions. Like,
right. Okay. On their own. Okay. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Like, these
When
are
you
our
mentioned,
people. They make us the most money and they give us the most things that we want. And you think that we're going to tell their business and then turn around and convict them? No, we know what's going on.
Right.
Like, it's up to y'all to have y'all shit together to do
figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Y'all too busy. Look, we're going to keep giving you stuff to keep you busy and not wanting to figure it out. But when you talked about the contracts, it's funny because I was just telling my daughter, I watched Black Mirror's only a couple episodes of the new season. I used to watch I didn't watch all the other seasons, but I tap in every now and then because I'm not really big on watching movies, but I like to watch stuff every now and then just to see what they're putting out there. And I watched Black Mirrors. And speaking of contracts, it's so crazy because Netflix is fucking putting it right in your face. The first one I saw was just like, I don't know what the lady's name was, but let's just say her name was Kate. I think it might have been Kate. It's like Cadence Awful was the name of the Black Mirrors episode, right? And it was, and this is a spoiler alert. If you have not seen it, then you might want to click off. But if you can still enjoy it. I'm not gonna give too much.
I ain't giving y'all no spoiler alerts for the shit I just told you.
Okay. But the girl name is Kate, right? And it's called Cadence Awful, right? And in this joint, she's an awful boss. You know, she does these awful things to her employees. She fires people and all kinds of crazy shit. And then she's an awful girlfriend. She's really shitty to her boyfriend. He makes her food. He's really a nice guy, but his food is bland. And she talks shit about him behind his back. And then she goes out with her ex-boyfriend. This all in one day, right? You just see this lady just being awful. And then she comes home. And she wants to relax with her awful boyfriend that she doesn't tell him his food is bland or anything. So they decide they're going to cut on Netflix. But it's not called Netflix, but it comes on like Netflix and everything. And everything, right? And they're like, oh, let's see what the new series they got out. And it's called Cadence Awful. And she's Kate. And the lady on the screen looks just like her. She got the streaks in her hair and everything. And it's called Cadence Awful. He's like, well, that looks just like you. And she has her name. That is so weird. Let's watch it. I don't know if I want to watch this. Oh, let's just watch and see what happens. It was her whole entire day. So her boyfriend has to sit there and observe her talking shit about his food, like watching her be her awful self. And she's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. She's watching this on the screen. Not only is she watching it, but the employees who work for her decided to watch Netflix. Everybody's watching Netflix tonight. And the lady she fired, it's like, that's my fucking awful boss, Kate. Oh, let's watch this. And everybody's watching it. And it's the fucking same thing that happened throughout the day. Like her firing the girl, her throwing something, hit the girl in the head on accident, but they made it look like it was on purpose. And so, movies, they can tinker it just a little. It's truth, but it's a little tinkered here and there, right? So just to make the storyline flow a little better. And so there was little things she didn't do, but they added, but then it was just only little things. She really was an awful person, but it made you be like, oh shit, how are they doing this? Like, how are they watching her and then playing this shit as a series? Like, she just did this. How is this? I mean, and then when she came home, like on the show, it's like she comes home and like, hey, let's watch Netflix. And she watches the show and then it goes off of her watching herself on the show. So she hires a fucking lawyer. She's like, I don't know. I'm going to sue the shit out of Netflix. I don't know how they're doing this. They ruining my life. Like, I can't go no. Everybody know who she is. She got these weird, really distinguished white streaks in the front of her head and dark hair. And everybody knows who she is. They've been watching the show. And if they didn't watch the show, people, they know who she is. So she goes to the freaking lawyer. And the lawyer tells her there's nothing she can do because it's in the agreement, the Netflix agreement. Remember the terms and agreements that we scroll, agree. And then we just want to get on to the app. The shit we don't read, the tiny little shit that we decide, oh, this is just too long to read. Yeah. In there, it's an ironclad agreement that we can watch you and watch your life through the TV that you're watching, pick up on what's going on all around you and everything. And we can just read. It's all in the agreement that we decided not to read. So y'all, they telling you right now, you signing shit. We signing agreements, these long contracts. We just sign stuff and be like, oh, I'll read it later. Or privacy. Y'all see them privacy things? Those long privacy things, they be like, oh, you just scroll up and click agree and just get onto the app. When you do that, you're signing away your rights. You don't even know what you're signing. And a lot of us do. I do it. I've done it. I've been like, man, I just want to get in this app. Agree. Ooh. Okay, you disagree. You don't even know somebody can come to your door and be like, all right, so give me, I need your first and last born. Huh? In this contract for this cell phone, you promised me your first and last born. Your signature means everything. People don't realize that there's a reason they want your signature. Yep. So like we gotta pay attention, y'all. But they put it in the movies, they put it everywhere to tell you that we doing this. And y'all don't even, and y'all still gonna scroll up and push agree and acknowledge and move on. We're gonna show it to you, and then we're no longer responsible. And that's the whole kicker of it, is to show you so we are no longer responsible. There is no blood on my hands. The karma is not mine. And so once it's in your face and you agree to it, even when y'all watching TV shows or like the Super Bowl performances and all of this, you are putting your energy, you in agreement, you are a part of the ceremony, you are agreeing to it. Regardless if you check the box or not, your energy is agreeing to it when you tune into it. And they know that. For sure.
That should sound really real. Let me tell you why. Because there's this girl I follow. I guess she was in a Netflix movie. I don't fucking know. But like she did a reel with these people. She was interviewing them. I think they were like engineers for something or something. And she was saying how they have AI situation set up where now they can have the AI likeness of actor or actress or whatever in their films. And so now what they're trying to like transform people's subscription services to is now you can subscribe to this show and create your own season. Like, you know how you could talk to AI and make certain videos and pictures?
That's what this is?
Now you can tell AI, oh, this is how I want the storyline to go, you know, to the season. I want to watch it, so you make it. So it's going to create a whole nother. So if you can't wait for a season to end, you could create a whole nother season. And then you can also like, you know, strawman, you're absolutely right. And then they could also, it's more meta people, like how they have the metaverse or whatever, and they try to demonize that because they ain't want Zuckerberg to get the money. The money about to go to fucking Netflix and Lenza and shit.
Yeah.
But you can subscribe to like the actors and actresses, you know, and that's how they're gonna get paid. That's how the actors and actresses are gonna get paid, by you subscribing to them to put them in your different episodes and the stuff that you want to do, and subscribing to their shows and stuff. And I'm like, you know, that's interesting. That's a nice little quid pro quo to what you're doing. But you know, it's gonna like enhance their empire of Project Bluebeam. It's gonna elongate the game because, you know, while I mean it's not gonna be my business anymore anyway. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting myself out of these contracts to where like I've been stopped watching the news, but now I can feel like, okay, I'm not watching the news for real. I'm just like really living my life. But right. You know, the way they're going to like, you know, keep amending laws and how they keep blurring the lines between laws and Hollywood, you know, that's a big thing too. I read an article about how, like, you know, how many directors actually also have government jobs and like different, you know, government affiliations and family members and all that different stuff, and how, like, you know, that they have contracts, they have treaties and stuff.
And you know what else I noticed? Something you said was that so they will be using basically our scripts. We'll be writing our own scripts for the type of movies that we want to see. And if you think about that, not only is it, oh, okay, well, I made this movie, right? You no longer need script writers. People are putting their ideas out there. But normally whatever we have as an idea is something that is within us that we're putting out there, and you're giving it away for free, and you're putting it on TV for some actors, and you're going to pay the actors to do your movie. Like, this is really interesting. You're going to find a way for me to pay somebody to put my idea out, so now that everybody has access to my idea, my thoughts, like, even most of the time when we write a script or something, it's going to be based on something that's either we know or something we dreamed of. So if you go in your dreams, now you're taking ideas from the, you know, astral realm. You're taking my ideas that way. If you're talking about the things that are physically actually happening, now you're learning these. So we're really selling our information, and then we're paying somebody else to show it to us. That is wild. Like, it is crazy what we will do nowadays. Like I said, like, they will have us buying, like, we'll be fucking dogs buying fleas next thing you know. Like, we are out here just selling ourselves. We will give everything away. Like, this whole, like, I love social media. I do. I love the fact that you can't, it's good and bad in it and everything, right? But the thing about it that's crazy is intellectual property. There is no copywriting, y'all. There is really no copyright. People are stealing shit left and right. Your ideas, your thoughts, everything. It's being regurgitated over and over again. And so, as much as I like to share, there's some things you need to start keeping to yourself, because that is the point, is to pull everything out of you. All of your magic, all of the things that are hidden within you. You are the gem. You are, like, everything is encoded in you. And then they want to start sparking it. So you start writing scripts so they can get the information, so they know what's going to happen next. Because guess what? They have a script, but it's only written to a certain point. You have the rest of the programming. And they want to know what it is. And so that makes sense that they want to plug into each and every one of us. Yeah, what are you thinking today? What are you thinking, Sunshine? What are you thinking, Roxy? We want to know, so that we can be ahead of the game, because we know the ones that are ahead of the game. They're not going to be reading all the scripts. Everybody can join, but we already know who we're looking for. We already know what we're looking for. And so that makes sense, but that's crazy. That's the world we're living in, y'all. That is the world we're living in right now.
Where I don't really be trying to do nothing with the straw. I'm trying to remove the contracts off my physical person, move myself back to air law, get off this water shit. It's not hard to grasp. I'm finally getting it, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm finna be a sojourn and live my best life. I already spoke it into existence in one of my songs, so it is what it is. But nah, I totally get what you're saying, sis. Like, and that's the importance of having the intellect. That's also the importance of minding your own business. Like, yo, if we just mind our own fucking business and stop looking for other people for handouts and help, and you don't want to educate your kids, you don't want to grow your own food, you don't want to like move out your neighborhood to move amongst your people that are in alignment with your energy. You want to stay in your misery, you want to stay in that stank ass job and all this. Like, you gotta be accountable for the shit you put up with. It's like when you in a dusty ass relationship, and it's like, well, why don't you leave? Like, what are you waiting for? Like, and I had to have that conversation with myself, but it's just like, yo, like, are you for real? Right. But he has to, and he makes me feel, and he did, he. Okay, so what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're not doing anything about it but crying. Like, nobody gives a fuck, bro. You gotta do something about it. So, yep. You gotta do something about it. And it's not like, oh, let's go get our, pitchforks and march on their steps and stand outside with these signs. Like, that's crying too. No, you say, hey, you do what 3-year-olds do. Say, hey, I didn't like it when you snatched that out of my hand. You're not my friend anymore. And then you turn your back away and play with your fucking toys by yourself. Like, a toddler can do it. And for some reason, your grown ass can't. Y'all just refuse to mind your fucking business. Y'all have every reason not to mind your business. Oh, what about money? That shit ain't real. That's not even money. That's a debt note. That's an IOU because we ain't got shit note. Listen, these motherfuckers is dumb. Let me show you, like, and it makes me mad a little bit to realize how much I've been feeding into the dumb shit, because I played the game. I was actually really good at the game. Every job I had, I made it up the ladder, and I did my shit. But like, these niggas try to copy off some shit that we did in Islam with making commerce and stuff. I'm starting to echo, so they listening, and they didn't do a good job. It fell apart the moment they made it. Do y'all know what a continental is? That was money. They had gold, right? And they lost it. And then so what they did was they told everybody, I forget what year it is. I do that in my Forex presentation where I talk about the history of money. And they had this John, and so they told everybody they got to turn in their gold bullion for these certificates, right? So then somehow that transmuted into, now we got these debt notes in these dollars and stuff like that. And then, the facts, the alignment of stories is the story of the Titanic, which I don't even think it was the Titanic. That's not even the name of the boat that sunk and shit. So, you got this story about money. Like, it never happened. Like, there's no country. It's a business. That it's like Trump. running a business. Like, how the fuck are you still going? Oh, you're still going because you got rappers rapping about you, and you got people feeding into the rappers, the stars of Hollywood.
Right.
Hollywood is the wood to create illusions, delusions,
Yes,
to make
absolutely.
you think something exists that doesn't fucking exist. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but the news channels are a part of Hollywood. So
Absolutely.
you know, they're showing you to your face how good they've gotten with reality TV, to where like they're aligning, like, you know, social media posts to like TV episodes and shit like that, things like that nature. So like, I don't know. I know, but I don't know. Like, none of this shit ever really existed. Like, there was, like, they made the treaties and the constitutions and stuff like that, but like y'all keep saying, they broke them. Yeah, these niggas, they don't have nothing to keep up the contracts and the constitutions and the treaties. They don't have nothing.
You know what keeps it up? We do.
We're not reading nothing. We don't.
No,
read.
We just keep up the. It's just like when you go to church and you don't read the Bible, and so you go home and you tell somebody what the pastor said, and then they go tell somebody what the pastor said, but nobody ever read the goddamn Bible.
But
you know what? It's not even in the Bible. It's
actually written in the Bible. The first
right. It's not even in there.
It's in the Bible. The first trust is in the Bible. That's the whole beginning of this. So when they told you that it was a spiritual war, they weren't lying. We already in Revelations. We've been in Revelation since 1775. This shit don't exist, bro. They been came over here with their 4 horsemen. We on the other side. We about to experience the end of it. So listen, these motherfuckers, they don't have nothing. They didn't create nothing. They just created the facade that they did. And so because y'all signing the contracts, because y'all showing up, because y'all doing a job, because y'all accepting the dollar instead of saying, hey, this not money, like, where's my shit at? Instead of y'all doing all of that, y'all abiding by it. So y'all been abiding by it for generations, to the point where now it's a lot of contracts you got to get out of. But the first trust is in the Bible. It's literally in fucking Genesis, when the man made the earth and all that. And he was like, okay, here you go. Be fruitful and multiply. Like, this is the flora and fauna. Take care of this shit. This shit is this and this and this. And, you know, ye are gods and all that shit. When all that stuff happened, that's the first trust. That's the trust we using. You can't combine church and state. They always had that separation because they don't exist. They only exist if we gods say, let there be U.S.
Boom. It
like,
don't
that
exist.
Easy.
Everything exists because we believe it exists. When you put your energy into something, that's the only reason it exists. You know, when you make shit crumble, when you stop believing in it, when you stop investing in it, when you stop giving your energy to it. That's why you see it in the fall of Babylon, because so many people are starting to pull their bricks out the Jenga. It's coming apart. Shit is starting to fall down. But you know what? It's not enough yet. It's still not enough. It's not enough of us. It's not enough people who are really like, because again, you still hear the word conspiracy and woke and all these things being used in such a crazy way. And it doesn't matter that they roll out UFOs or blah, 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 because people are so sleep. It ain't even sleep. They unconscious. They did knock the fuck out. You need to, first of all, get some rubbing alcohol. It's no more time for waking motherfuckers up like this and shaking them. You got to put that shit across their nose and wake them up and get the fuck up. Because guess if they don't, they're going to get left the fuck behind. If you are not begin your evolution before 2025, baby, let these meats go. I'm letting these meats go. I've let these meats go. Stop letting these people look, they showed you. Look, they cloned Tyrone. They gave it to you so clear. Leave that damn chicken and crap alone. Y'all been knowing that shit. Leave these perms and shit alone. We been knowing that shit. And now they out here giving you money for cancer for perms. So we already knew this. I've been knowing that. Yeah, I've been knowing that though, because when we start having all this alopecia and long term, who you know that's like 85 that had perm? No, because perms wasn't created that long ago. So y'all up here just testing out shit and seeing if the long-term effects you're gonna have some hair or not. Look, I get it. My mama put perms in my hair when I was a child, so I had no control. But when I got old enough to make a decision, I ain't put a relaxer in my head. I ain't had a relaxer. I ain't about to tell y'all my age, but I ain't had a relaxer in a long time, okay? A long time. My firstborn wasn't even born yet before the last time I had a relaxer. And I would not, none of my kids' hair is relaxed, ever. Those chemicals, that's just one thing. They put it in everything. But if you, and I know you can't avoid it, but guess what? You can do. You can take, like, it's the 80-20 rule, y'all. It's the 80-20. Your body is built to take on, so it knows it's going to have toxins. It knows ways to fight them. But if you're also combating it by putting good shit in and trying your best, like, people be like, well, I can't get around it anyway, so it don't matter. Okay, all right, I'll see you. I won't be seeing you in a year. You're just going to speed up the motherfucking process. You're just going to let them help them. We got to be more conscious of what we're saying yes to, what we are. We see commercials. I used to wonder how commercials worked. Let me tell you why. Because I am a very strong-minded person. So, like, if it's some shit I just never would have bought, I'm not gonna buy it because you put it in a motherfucking commercial. I promise you, I used to be sitting there as a kid like, why? But there are people who would have. I wasn't thinking I like that, but I think I like that. Why? Because you just seen it in a commercial. Yes, they are. They will. That's the low. Commercials are like reaching the very lowest of the brains. And then you have the subconscious when you go into the grocery store and the music's playing in the background and your buggy is full and you trying to figure out, I came here for 2 things and now my buggy full, because the frequencies are telling you to buy more, and you're falling for it. So that's for the mid-conscious. Then you could just be out somewhere and it's what you eat. It's a burger, it's the fries, it's the this and that. And now you like, I was about to go I was gonna go running and jogging, but now I think I'm just gonna sit down, have a seat, relax. I feel like I need to go to bed. Hello? It's the food. We're not paying attention to ourselves, our body's response to shit, none of that. You don't realize when you walk in the store that you came in to get goddamn candles and a lighter and you done left out here with sage, incense, crystals. Like, it's the music. I mean, I didn't have to see They Clone Tyrone to know that. Like, we knew this, right? We all knew this shit.
I watched Pootie Tang. I guess I watched Pootie Tang different from everybody else. I've been seeing the clones, nigga. You see Pootie Tang in the contracts, in the white woman. And then I seen fucking Josie and the Pussycats. I remember that when I was a kid. It was playing with the frequencies and song. I love that movie. I feel like it was underrated. And then I also seen Good Burger. I was just talking about Good Burger earlier. Mondo Burger. Come on, man.
Yep.
Stop playing with me. They putting the chemicals in the joint. That was crazy. Shouts to Kel. He was hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, they've been showing it to us since we were kids. I remember, and I'm pretty sure they were showing it way before then, because a lot of cartoons and stuff like that was for adults. Cartoons wasn't even for kids at first. Like The Simpsons is the perfect one. They tell you what they about to do. It's kind of like watching Pokemon with fucking Team Rocket and how they be like, or any anime. And they be telling you the whole story. Dragon Ball is a good one for that too. Fucking Vegeta always giving you this long ass story about what the fuck you about to do. Sailor Moon did that shit too. They always gave this crazy, like, bro, you took a whole 20 minutes for you to tell us. And I, as a kid, I always wondered, why are you just sitting there listening to this evil villain tell you what he about to do? You in a position to be ass, like, be his ass. But then they end up getting their ass beat anyway. But like, they can't help. That's what they do. They literally telling you they can't help themselves in these shows. Like, this is what we do. We literally tell y'all what we about to do before we do it. So like, as a kid, I always thought about it like that. I'm appalled and surprised that nobody else did. Like, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, fucking Powerpuff Girls. They made them bitches.
Yes, they did.
I always thought like that. Like Ants in the Bug's Life. Those movies inspired the shit out of me as a child.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to start writing. Like, you know what? Fuck them grasshoppers. Fuck them.
But then I started
to be a president when I was a kid. I wanted to be the president. I still do. Let's see how it goes. Might be the president of something.
But then they start noticing the flip of the understanding of the villain. We come into the age of understanding the villain, right? We in the age now where we understand the villain. Why? Because the villain was always trying to tell you the shit. The hero was always the one keeping you dumbed down. The hero just saved the day. I'm in the way. I don't want you to see this shit. Move. I got it. And you be like, wait a minute. Because I watched, which movie was one of these? Goddamn. The X-Men joint. When Apocalypse. That was my favorite one. I couldn't understand how he was a villain. I didn't understand. I didn't know what the hell happened because I was rooting for Apocalypse. I was like, come and get your kids. Elevate your children. He said, y'all letting these measly motherfuckers run you? Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? And people wanted to kill him. I said, if y'all don't get that man a throne and a crown and a motherfucking wand, what are y'all doing? I sat there and watched that movie, and then I watched the Joker, and then I watched my favorite, Maleficent, right? The Moors and all of that good shit. All of that stuff is hidden messages, and it's the woman, and she was like raped. He took her wings and shit, and took her, and then she came. Man, all of that, because what they showed you was in the beginning. In the beginning, when I say the beginning, is they didn't tell you about the villains in the age of Pisces because they wanted you believing, right? Age of Pisces is all about believing. So it was all about believing in the fairy tale of the Sleeping Beauty, believing that this was an evil witch, believing that the Joker killed his parents, believing. But now we're in the age of knowing, and you get the story behind the villain. You know he didn't kill the parents. You know she wasn't an evil witch. You know that he raped her, took her motherfucking wings, hung him up in his palace, and she was just trying to get her shit back. She cursed that baby, but she also took care of that baby. See, we didn't know all of that. So we was in the age of believing, and now we in the age of knowing. They showed you that shit in the movies. All of the fairy tales was about believing, but all of the villain stories about knowing. The villains gave you the facts, always gave you the facts, even in the Bible. In the Bible, the God in the garden told you, if you eat of this, you shall die. The snake said, nigga, you ain't gonna die. You gonna know everything. Girl, you need to eat this shit. She ate it. She became knowing that she was naked. That she became, oh, you want me walking around naked so you could just be using me any old kind of way you want me to. You don't want to be conscious like you. See, I'm just saying, the villain puts you on game, and the good guy seemed to want to keep you dumb. So I'm always cheering for the villain nowadays.
Let's talk about the light, because I love physics. The law of physics is my favorite. I can't stand a metaphysical nigga that don't know physics. The law of, like, you ever play with a flashlight when the light is real close, you can't see the darkness. Mm-hmm. And that's why I be like in between with this love and light shit, because the light is blinding. It's a lot of stuff going on in the darkness you can't see around you right now. And I feel like that's the essential shit that I kind of want to see. The light is in the way sometimes.
Yes.
So like sometimes you could be so close to the light that it's blinding out shit that you need to see and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I be in between with the, you know, the light and dark. Can I get like the dim light, you know?
Yeah,
I don't need.
I want to be in between the shadow and the light. I want to see both. I want to be in between. And we in that age though. We in the shadow period. We in that where things like I see shadow figures. I am seeing shadow figures on a regular basis.
I see them all the time. At first, I started seeing them a couple of years ago, and at first I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was in my head like, "Nika, don't relax, chill out, don't get scared. It's cool. We knew this was going to happen." And honestly, it happened when I was a kid. But as I started to heal my inner child and we start chilling again, you know, all that shit that I used to be able to do as a kid is coming back. And it's just like, Nika, don't freak out. It's cool.
That's true too. The things that I used to do as a child. So let me just say, as a child, I was very gifted in the spiritual realm. I was very disconnected from other kids when I was a kid because I used to go inside a lot. So first of all, I'm a Pisces, y'all. Y'all know that's the 12th sign. That's it. So this is my last life here. Okay. So I already been here. So I used to sit in the back of the car. My mom be driving, and I always had an out-of-body experience. When I was a kid, when I remember being a kid and sitting back there and looking at my hands like, oh my God, I'm alive. Oh my God, look, I got hands. Like my spirit would be like, oh my God, I'm in this body. Oh my, like I would have these panic attacks, but not saying nothing to my mom. But inside I'm like, oh my God, I got a body. Oh, look, it's a world. Like it was so crazy. And remembering that. And being a kid growing up, like, and now as an adult, I'm starting to get those flashes again. Like I said, I sat down and had a conversation. Like I was crying. I was talking to myself, and like we separated. Like my spirit actually separated from my physical and was like, girl, I love you. Like talking to my physical. And now we're in a dimension. We're on the fourth. We in the areas where everything on the fourth dimension. So what? I watched this kid on YouTube. He was a high schooler. Okay, he was a high schooler because I was trying to understand the dimensions and shit. You know, I'm not a nerd like my sister. I get a lot of downloads. My shit don't come from a lot of books, y'all. I like to read. I have a library, but I'll grab a book and then I'll start getting downloads. Like I get downloads. That's where my information comes. But I was at work and work get boring. So I cut on YouTube and I like to find like lectures and shit to listen to. And it was this high schooler and he was explaining dimensions. He was explaining the fourth dimension, and he started from the first dimension and like showing like just one line, like this is first dimension. Then he showed the 2, then he showed the 3. But he was saying that when you're on the third dimension, everything you see is 2-dimensional. So you don't see the third dimension. You see the second dimension. The fourth dimension sees the third dimension. The fifth dimension sees the fourth dimension. So things on the fourth dimension can see through you. They see all around you because they can see the third dimension. We only see two-dimensionally. Even though we live in the three dimension, we see two-dimensionally. So that means that there are, and this shit is infinity. Dimensions go on and on. So there are entities outside of entities. And as we raise our vibration and go into these higher realms, we'll start seeing things that we never seen before. But that's why you have to raise your vibration and be prepared for certain things. And like I was saying, your ancestors don't scare you. Certain spirits won't scare you. Certain things won't scare you, but you got to be prepared for what is happening. And that was the whole point, I think, of all the awakening shit, is to get us prepared. You have to be prepared, because if you don't be prepared, your body's not going to be able to take it. Your eyes will not be able to take what's going to happen, because you're going to see shit. Like, I don't get scared when I see shadow figures. I know that we are on the dimension where the veil is very thin, so shit is going to happen. I know because I've been manifesting shit and it's been happening fast as hell. Like, before I can get it out my brain, it is here, and it's like, what the hell? Like, it was slow, but as we go, the lower the dimension, the denser shit is. So it's harder for shit to come in. But as we raise, the quicker things start to come in. And I'm just telling you, shit is coming in. So that's how I know that we are going. I don't know because I don't know because I read it. I don't know because I'm a scientist. I know because I'm paying attention and my sister's teaching me shit. So when I listen to people who know what's going on, like, they know because they educated in that. And then I take my spiritual awareness, it matches up. It's matching up. It's making sense. So again, we got to, like, first of all, learn to trust your intuition. Learn to trust yourself, especially at this time. It's so important, because I was explaining to my daughter, again, we are out of the age of believing. And I saw a brother doing a short talking to somebody, explaining the very simplest terms. You cannot believe something and know at the same time, because it's two different concepts. If you believe, then you do not know. And if you know, then you have no need to believe, because you know. So we are gone with the belief. The belief is gone. It's gone. We're not in that age anymore. Everything you believe is going to either be proven true or false, because we're in the age of knowing, and everything is being exposed. That's why you see the water in the Aquarius being poured out. All the muck and everything is coming out. It ain't just pretty water, everything. You ever seen the bottom of a pot? You can pour some shit in the pot, let it sit. It's been sitting for a while. That age been waiting for Pisces to pass. Oh, it's my turn? Good. Yeah, the pretty shit gonna come out. And then here come the dirt and the nasty and all of that. But that's all the shit that's been hidden in that pot when you was over there believing. Some of your beliefs are gonna be true, but a lot of them are not, because that was the age we were in. Now everything's being exposed, and you either gonna get on board or you're gonna fall to stay there in the third dimension, but you're gonna be scared. Because everything is fourth dimensional. So you're gonna be seeing shit and not knowing, and I'm just gonna go back. Jesus. Go ahead. See if that's gonna help you, because that belief system is not gonna work for you anymore. You need to start knowing. You gotta go with the ages. You gotta move with the flow of time, baby.
I agree. I love this space of knowing. Because people have been believing in some weird shit through the last few days. What is it? How old is the age? Is that a couple centuries? I'm sorry, I don't know.
How old is what?
How long is the age?
Oh, it's a long time. Yeah, it's a couple of centuries. Yeah,
it's a couple of centuries, right? So
this
whole time, this
whole
born 400 years slave bullshit. So let me tell you, let me kick the science to you. That shit came out the same year that America was celebrating their 400th year anniversary. That's what the fuck they talking about. That's when they created these motherfucking water laws, and y'all started signing shit. That's the 400-year slave. You a slave now. They're not talking about Harpo on the motherfucking plantation getting his ass beat. They talk about your ass working and bragging about it like a dickhead, working like 50, 60 hours a week for debt notes. This is not money, bro. You are under the belief system that this is money. This is not money. Money, like they even got Cardi B, money, and then they got these fake ass debt notes flying around her. Those are not money, but technically they're not telling you it's money. You are telling you it's money.
Yeah.
It literally says on it, it literally says on it, this is not money. When you look up the laws and the statutes around money and using money, they literally say it's not money. But you walking around Pisces head ass niggas talk about something. Yeah, I got all this money. The celebrity said I got this money. I'm talking to the money in the way. No, I'm so glad we in Aquarius. And you guess what's in Pisces? The Pisces, Saturn and Neptune are both in Pisces. And they both in retrograde, and they in the 8th house of transformation. So it connects that Pluto that's in the root chakra.
Don't get my ass beat right now.
Yeah,
I'm a Pisces. I'm getting
ass beat. A lot of different stuff that you thought was true, the truth is coming out.
Yes.
And you're very sensitive, so you're not just feeling your truth, you're feeling other people's truth. Shit. Are you okay, sis?
No, I am not. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, we gotta talk later. I gotta check on my sister. So yeah, like a lot of you Pisces out there, I'm sure you guys are feeling that energy as because Saturn is repeating the degrees, going back over, making sure they ain't miss no motherfucking corners. And in the 7th house is Babylao. Babylao is Saturn, y'all. Y'all know I don't fuck with these Roman Greek shits. Don't play with me. So if you in my audience, you better know what the fuck I'm talking about. So Babylao is in Olukun, right? And he has the Oba scales. And that's a strong house. The Oba scales is a strong house because he Kai Zodiac got me comparing the root chakra to Shona forever now. So I'm so glad that conversation, I experienced that conversation. But so he's walking around with that energy of retribution, walking around with the Libra scales, going through different branches of illusions and delusions and all this stuff that all these fake ass contracts. Because 7th house also deals with interpersonal relationships, romantic pursuits, contracts, bonds, marriages, all that shit. Then it deals with the heart chakra, things that you feel. Uranus is in Taurus right now too, and has been since 2018 when that whole isolation situation happened. And what happened? The rebellious energy against money, progressive change against the traditions when it comes to the heart chakra, which is money and love. And so now
Taurus rising.
Oh, you're a Taurus. Oh,
Pisces, Taurus. What's going on with Libra? Go ahead, tell me. That's
you got 3 more years with Uranus and Taurus. But the tropical and the Vedic not the same. So even though it goes into the tropical, it's going to be in the Vedic Taurus. It's going to be wild because in the tropical, Uranus is going to be in Gemini. So it's going to be more air energy of knowing and shit on top of the, Vedic. Is your, well, I guess your Uranus would be in Taurus and the Vedic. It doesn't. Yeah, because they don't change much.
For my rising. Yeah, my rise, everything is the same actually, except for my sun would be Aquarius in Vedic.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So same thing for you. So you're gonna feel that Gemini energy in your vibration on your Uranus and Taurus, and that's cool. Oh, look at you. But yeah, right now is Neptune is in there, so you got the spiritual energy, you got the subconscious, the downloads, like you were saying. You guys, you Pisces, y'all's coming in hot right now. Y'all better get y'all Pisces today, because they got the
papers.
Answers.
I got papers on my. It's crazy. I've been in hermit mode for a while, y'all. I've been in a hermit mode, even though I've been I'll pop online every now and then. I don't even be looking at posts or nothing. I just post what I need to stay relevant and get my ass up off, because I've been in hermit mode, because I've been going through so much emotions, and it's not. I'm so glad you said that. It's not just my emotions. I've been feeling so much lately, and it's just been motivating me to write out shit. Just write. I got a stack like this from last night of shit I just been writing. I had to just get out because it was too much. And y'all, if y'all don't know, that's why I started my podcast, because I get downloads. That's my thing. I get downloads, and it's just be especially when I start. So lately I've been doing a lot of stargazing, and I promise sun gazing, stargazing, shit. I can't do it on a regular, because right after I can't sleep and my brain is activated, and it's like automatic writing for me. It's just, I just can't and it's crazy, but normally whatever I'm writing helps me in whatever situation I'm in. So last time I was in Puerto Rico and I was stargazing. And I think I had never I've sun gazed before. I never stargazed. And I was on my patio, and there was I don't know if it was a star or it was Sirius, because it was so bright and it was just sitting there. And I just decided to take that time to meditate and use it as I sat there for an hour and stared at that star. When I woke up, it was my last day in Puerto Rico. I had to go home and I had to catch a flight. So I woke up early because I wanted to go to the beach and collect some seashells and stuff before I left. I wrote for 2.5 hours straight, because some say, like, I heard it, grab some paper. I said, okay. And I started writing, and I could not stop. I could not I was like, stop, please. I need to go to the beach. I only have a certain amount of time. Like, can you just get it on? And it was about my case. I had a case, a lawsuit. I didn't know I was going to have a lawsuit. It was something that later I needed in my lawsuit. You understand? Like, I didn't even know this lawsuit. I knew I had some issues at work. I didn't know, like, I ended up getting fired, right? But it was telling me all the information, like, remember this, remember this, remember this, remember this, remember this, remember this. And it was all about, and later on, I used all of that paperwork and I won my lawsuit. But I'm telling you, like, you are connected. You are the universe. And it is always trying to communicate with you. It's about you taking the time to focus and, like, accepting the fucking help. It's like somebody always around you trying to help you, but you're like, I got it. And you keep fucking up. It's like, let me help you. I can tell you what you need to know. It's always here. If it's not the stars, it's a person. It's somebody online. You click on something accidentally and boom, it's right there and the answers are there, but you won't listen. You keep clicking it off because you don't want to hear it, but it's always trying to talk to you. Numbers, people, stars, sun, everything is here for you to learn. And once I realized that, and I won my case with that, like this stack over here, I'm working on a case. I got another fucking case. And that's when it happened. I have a case and I'm working on it now. And that stack of papers on my desk is like this long. But this is not about me. This is about the conscious. I'm going to talk about it on my show. This download right here is about what is going on right now. And that's what I'm saying. We all have to be conscious of what we put our energy into right now. Like, watch certain things, but don't let them soak into your subconscious. Don't let everything go into your subconscious, because you are the great creators. And the more activated you are, the quicker you are creating shit. And you're going to wake up, like, you might be thinking, man, I hope I don't get fired from my job. You wake up, you get a call, you got fired because you saying shit. Watch what you saying out your mouth. Don't even say it. Don't say it, because it's going to happen. I promise you, you are so strong and more powerful than ever, because that new sun is here. That sun that everybody's so damn, it's hot outside, because that ain't the same sun, dum. It ain't the same sun. That's not Ra, that's Ray. We got a new sun, and that sun is giving you different information. It's giving you more downloads because we're in a different age. And I think the sun may go around with the ages. So it's every 26,000 years we get a new sun. So that may be every 26,000 years we enter a new age, but it's masculine and feminine, and we're under a feminine sun, and that bitch is hot.
I got a theory on that, sis. Hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
So I believe I've downloaded that we talk about a heliocentric model of space, meaning the sun is the center and we all be evolving around the sun, whatever. But even though we say that, we don't move, like, we don't talk about astrology and astronomy and the earth like it's a heliocentric model. We talk about it like it's geocentric. So hear me out. If all the other celestial bodies have conjunctions and minimal angles with other stars in the sky and the constellations, why will we exclude Earth from that, thing? Because in the wintertime, we could have clear sky, straight sun, right?
Still be cold as fuck.
It still be cold as shit. And that happens in the summertime too.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be times where clear sky, straight sun, but it's kind of cold. The wind is winding. And why is that happening in August or July? And then the very next day it'd be 9 degrees. And then on the news they'd be like, it's a phenomenon. We don't know what happened. And either one, they're really that fucking stupid, and they didn't really read the astronomical maps correctly. And so now that we in the age of Aquarius, that's gonna come out. Or two, they lying. But you know, I think about it because I do astrology and all that stuff. You know, I align astrology with astronomy, and I'm an explorer in my mindset with it. I want to expound on this. So where they like recognize other planets for going through retrograde, right?
Mm-hmm.
They never really explain when Earth goes in retrograde. Like, we're
No,
supposed
they
to
don't.
believe that we all got similar orbits, but all these other planets are having different experiences than what we're having. Like,
Right.
I'm not believing in that. So
No.
I'm, you know, trying to like, I might be in a history, but like Nika Monet, she's a astronomical explorer and recreated the celestial map in the geocentric heliocentric model. Like, put me
There you
up
go.
there, baby. Like,
Yeah,
that's a goal of mine. Let's do it.
absolutely. No, that makes sense. I mean, you're right. Why is the Earth not a part of that?
Just talking about the babies and labor. Yeah. So like so yeah, that's my inference that, like, you know, we're negating to really talk about the orbit of Earth and the different stars that we come across every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not getting, it's not a sun that we're around every day. If we're in Sagittarius midheaven, how the fuck you next to the sun? The sun ain't in Sagittarius. The sun is opposition. Wherever the sun is, the Earth is always in opposition. So if we looking at our backdrop, our sky, and we saying, oh, Earth is in Sagittarius right now for the next few days, because you know, Earth's orbit is a lot quicker than the sun's.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Earth is over here for, you know, X amount of time or whatever, then why would we be near the sun? And then meanwhile, other planets that are in the same constellation as us are going conjunct and minimal angle and all this shit with other stars. So like, you know, I feel like they know something. You know, they over there hiding the knowledge from us, and fuck
Absolutely.
that. And then it's called
Absolutely.
outer Earth, not upper Earth. So to think that the shit is up in the sky, it's not up in the sky, it's out there. So like, you know, you'll notice that eventually the maps are going to start to change. Right now they're going to introduce, because they like it when y'all in fear and y'all know what's going on, because if y'all do, y'all lean on them and say, help us and tell us what's going on.
Right.
They like that shit. It soothes their ego because they're not intelligent. So to keep you dumber than them is the goal. It's not about keeping you dumb. It's keeping you dumber than me. I need you to stay dumber than me, because if you're not dumber than me, then I really can't control you. So it's one thing for you to have the same knowledge as I have, but for you to be smarter than me, because we know as soon as you get the knowledge, you're going to start having downloads and you're going to start connecting with people, because that's just what the fuck we naturally do. You know what I mean? So like, y'all all about to be smarter than me. That's wild. Like, they didn't plan for this. So like, while our generations before us was gloom and doom, like Revelations, Project Bluebeam, by the time they had us and manifested us here, like, we don't give a fuck about none of this. It's no attachment to nothing that they doing. It's nothing on nothing. That includes astronomy and astrology, y'all. It's not the law of physics. I feel like people forget the law of physics because they just, I don't know, but it's like when I talk to a lot of astrologers, there's no science there. It's just art, and you need the Libra scale of both to have like a concrete concept of what like you're looking at or like trying to read astrologically. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like that. The Libra scale of both. You need the art and you need the science. And what's
You
crazy, I
do.
think that's why our show works so well. We got the art and we got the science. And like, again, like the downloads, and then you got the information, and it goes together. And as long as it matches perfect, and it does, it always seems to match perfectly. Like, you'll teach, like Claudia. So if y'all ever been on my show, Claudia is our human design expert. She taught me about being a projector. But as she taught me, or as she introduced me to being a projector or human design, it didn't really teach me anything but that it gave me confirmation until, oh yeah, I do that. Oh, this is why I do it. And that is the beauty of having the info. You have to, yes, it's like, again, I get downloads, but if I don't get the confirmation, then I'm just gonna think I'm crazy. Right? If I don't have the knowing, I'm just believing. Right? So my downloads are my beliefs. But when my sisters say, yeah, the planets are doing this and that, I'm like, I know, because I was feeling this, and that makes sense now. So it's going together. You know, I got these feelings, but if I don't have the science to back it or have the knowledge to back what I'm feeling, then it's just a fucking feeling. So it's definitely, the Libra scales are necessary. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. This world is upside down, inside out, and I'm just telling y'all, put y'all glasses on, watch the shit burn down. 2025 is the year 9. 9 is the year of completion. Okay, y'all? 9 is the year of completion. There's a lot that is being, and y'all know the 2030 agenda. We know all of these Project Blue Beams, and I think it's another one. It's a bunch of a paper. It's a bunch of shit going on. But just pay attention to the times we are in, and most importantly for you in particularly, it's really important to know yourself. And people don't know that, but like you have numbers that are attached to you. You have life path numbers, you have expression numbers, you have all kinds of numbers that are attached to you. And if you don't know how the numbers of the universe are working, and numbers like they like some numbers like other numbers, some numbers don't. You wonder why you're having a bad day? Oh, well, I'm a 5 and it's a 7 day. It's not a good day for a 5, but we don't know that. We just walking around blaming everybody for our problems. But if we just start like really learning ourselves and tapping into ourselves and not just going off our feelings, but actually investing in, if you're like me and you like to hear it from, I trust people, certain people I go to, I get that information from them because I trust them and I know they've done the studies. Me personally, I may not be able to read a whole bunch of astrology books, but sometimes I hit my sister up like, yo, like next week, I'm gonna hit her up, be like, hey, we're doing a whole series on astrology. I need you on this, because she has the knowledge. Go to the people who have the knowledge, but you make sure test the waters. Don't just trust everybody, because there's everybody out here there's all kinds of snake oil salesmen out here. But then there are the real people out here who really are giving you the knowledge. Like my sister here, you see, I started the show by asking her what's going on in the planets. I need to know. My life is upside down and it makes sense. I'm a fucking Pisces. I'm just going through it right now, y'all. I'll be all right. But knowledge of self, young. It's always about knowledge of self, because we are all a reflection of each other. And like Knowledge said earlier before we came on, me and Sunshine are like, she's like, honestly, she's a Virgo and I'm a Pisces. If y'all don't know, in the planetary, in astrology, we are complete opposites, but we're not. It's like what my sister knows, I don't know. And what she does know, I get downloads on, and I'm able to confirm that what she knows. So it's a beautiful chemistry, and we are celebrating our 1 year anniversary of Seeds of the Sun podcast tonight. So thank you everybody for tapping in with us tonight, as we just go down the road of talking about everything, because that's what we do here. We talk about everything on Season. We go from one topic to the next, to the next, to the next. Might be talking about mamas, daddies, solar flares, because I want to talk about that next, sis. These solar flares. Everybody want to watch and see what's going on with the sun. It's a lot out there. What's going on with the sun?
I think it's because it's different stars. Like, because we get solar flares in the wintertime too. Like, you around certain stars, you up against certain constellations, you're going to get this sun over here is volatile. It's going to throw some shit at you. We're going to be in this shit for a minute. You ready? They're not fully equipping us with like the tools we need, because I think they really don't fully understand the maps that they've been looking at. And that's why they come up with the heliocentric, geocentric mindset. So the fact that they're uncovering different lands and different waters and, upside down situations and right side up stuff is boggling their brain a little bit. And that's why they dig in and all that shit like that. There's a show called Labrea, Labrea. It's a really good show. People fall through a sinkhole, and as they fall through a sinkhole, they also fall through time. So they back in like 10,000 BC. So they burying shit in the dirt, and then people are digging it up in the present day, in that, present day area, and they're finding the shit. So I'm like, because space and time has always been connected, but we don't think about it. You drive 50 miles per hour. That's that's part of physics, the different mathematics you do to get speed and stuff like that. We're always moving at a speed, so we're always moving in direction, time, and space. You know what I mean? So it's all the same, and the more dimensions we go through, the more different things you'll be traveling through at the same time.
Absolutely, I agree. I gotta watch that, Labrea. I'm gonna look it up for sure. I love stuff like that. Like, again, I don't watch a lot. I don't watch TV a lot, and I damn sure don't watch the news, y'all. I am not about to be stuck in that damn rut. But let me tell you, this was something that you said earlier I wanted to touch on. So yes, this is another thing. So we were talking about they clone Tyrone, or we talk about these different movies they put out, right? They know we're going to interpret them. They know we're going to interpret them. They do it on purpose. That's to keep us healers in the loop. That's to keep us interpreting shit forever and ever and ever. What are we going to do with it? Once we figure it out, what we're going to do with it? Every movie is interpreted the same. They're killing us. They're killing us. They're killing us. Okay. But they keep doing it. That's the way to distract those who are awake. Okay, put out another movie so they can sit there and interpret it. While we're doing that, we're going to do this. You know, like, I get it. Like, every movie we watch is going to have signs and symbols in it. They all going to tell you the same shit. They're killing us. They're killing us. And you're signing up for it. You're standing in line for it. You're asking for it. They're telling you in all of the movies, everything. But they make it. And again, I love KT. I love it. I love when he does the breakdown. KT, y'all know Red Pill, Blue Pill, their brother KT. He does the breakdown of the movies, the interpretations. I love it. But y'all, once we get the breakdown, we understand what's going on. What is next? What do we do next? Let's not get in the loop of breaking everything down, breaking it down. Okay, we get it, we knowledgeable. Let's not get stuck in knowing, because if you don't do nothing with the knowledge, then it doesn't matter that you got the knowledge. Knowledge without action or putting it into play doesn't mean shit. You just a book. You just a damn book on a shelf. You just holding on to knowledge and you ain't doing nothing with it. Okay, we got it. Now what? Are we going to go into these underground cities like they did on They Killed Tyrone and go down that joint and just tear shit up? What are we going to do? And how are we going to do it? And that's the next thing. And I feel like we haven't gotten to the stage of what are we going to do next and how are we going to do it? You know, like, again, we know we can't do it here. This is not the place. They're watching us right now. This is not the place. But we're not going to talk about what we're going to do it and how we're going to do it. I'm just saying, put that in your head. And then eventually, once we get higher, y'all won't even have to say it. I just walk up to you and I can hear it. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. We keep going through these dimensions and you won't even have to open your fucking mouth. But if you keep eating that food and you keep taking them shots and you keep drinking that liquor and you keep doing all this shit, I ain't gonna be able to hear shit you saying, because even your words on your telepathy gonna be slurred. Like, I ain't gonna, what are you saying? I ain't gonna be able to hear you shout it. So I'm just saying, we all are responsible for our own enlightenment and our own understanding, because we are going through these levels, but we are also giving people in our lives to help keep us on track. So when I'm feeling down or feeling fucked up, I'll send my sister a message, or I'm going through something. She checks on me. It's so crazy. She checks on me whenever I'm going through some shit. How you feeling, sis? How you living, sis? What's going on? And I'll be like, yo, I'll be like, damn, I hate when she hit me, because I hate to always be down on some shit. I'll be like, girl, I'm going through the most. Girl, but I'm a Pisces, y'all. I'm always going through the most. What the fuck? She knows. She understands. She's logic. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't know, you don't know what you don't know. But what I do know is she's a Virgo. And I know about Virgos, and that she has what I don't. She has the calmness. She'd be like, okay, calm down. Like, you're hysterical because you're emotional. I'm not doing none of that shit. What you need to do is get rid of that motherfucker. Do this, do that. Boom, boom, boom. You'll be all right. We good, sis. Come on. You chin up. Like, you ever seen the one with the basketball player walk past, he has his head down, the other player go like this? That's my sis. Like, you always need somebody on your team like that. Like, but make sure that's all they doing. They not trying to make you right. Like, she never tries to make me go and like, you need to read this book. You need to get, she knows that's not my thing. She'll just tell me what I need to know. And then she may tell me where I can go get it, but she not force it. Like, make sure somebody is there to help teach you, but they're not trying to force their ways on you too. Because there's a lot of teachers out here. Like, I started learning from them, and then they be hitting me on the inbox like, you know, you can take my class. And look, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. I will come. Like, when you feel drawn to somebody, you will go to them. You don't have to come to me and offer me shit. You know, my sister don't have to come to me and offer me nothing. She got something going on. I'm coming to her because I trust her energy. So get you somebody energy you trust. And because this is a long wave we about to ride, y'all. That energy that everybody's feeling right now, that drink just came in like a couple years. Like, we in the beginning of the doors opening. The doors just crack like this. It ain't even open wide open. That's why I keep telling you, I put the glasses on because the house is burning. All you could do is just watch. Don't let your eyes get affected with all that fire, because it's about to burn down. And we're going to rebuild. And like my sister said, if an asteroid hit this bitch, it's okay. We energy. We just transfer. What the fuck? Just get the fuck up out of here. A long journey, absolutely. Y'all in these comments are so funny. Absolutely. Y'all doing math and shit. I'm just checking the comments now, y'all. Shout out to y'all for tapping in tonight, yo. We've been going for 1, 2, 3 on the clock. 1, 2, 3 on the clock. Look at that. Look at that. I love numbers, y'all. I love numbers. I love numbers. But I don't really have much else, sis. My sister will be joining us on Pronoia Starseed podcast, y'all. That's my podcast. If you have not tapped in, it is on YouTube. Pronoia, Pronoia Starseed podcast. We're gonna be doing like a whole join, like she say, John. We're gonna do a whole John on astrology on Pronoia Starseed podcast because yeah, I want to get back to the basics. I feel like people don't know the basics anymore. We done got so far ahead that there's a lot of people who just don't know the basics, and we need to get back to the basics. So we're gonna be talking about astrology. We're gonna get back to numerology because these numbers are important. They play with numbers because they know how important numbers are, you know. So I want to get back into it. So make sure you're tapping into Pronoia Starseed podcast, y'all. Oh, okay. So yeah, we about to wrap it up. That's all we got tonight. I love y'all. Thank you all for tapping in. Let me see what they got in the comments over here. Yeah, she a Philly John. Philly or Virginia. Yeah, we over here we say junk. Where I'm from, y'all, we say junk. That junk cranking. That junk. Let me see if y'all know where I'm from. Let's see. Peace, Javon. Where I'm from, since you know she from Virginia or Philly, she a Philly John. No, I'm not from Philly. Now, my sister, she's a Joan. I'm a Joan. That Joan cranking. Come on now, Javon. I'm from DMV. I'm from DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Yes. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping into Seeds of the Sun. We are done for tonight. It's been a wonderful episode. It's so good to see your beautiful sunshining faces. And we will see y'all not Saturday, but the Saturday after. So every other Saturday, we are here on Do the Knowledge Radio. It is Foxxi Roxxi and Sunshine Monet L. And we are out, y'all, now. We out. Peace.
Hey, Sunshine Monet with the affirmations to enjoy your day with Sunshine Monet. You are listening to Chakra music. I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls that drift in indigo. I make some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel tension. I'm remixing declensions before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Write Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that call to the vexes. I applaud the protectors, I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Enoch 7 prophet, move like the full winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school. So I move with a vibe slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses and faces on public is real frisky. Touche.
You are listening to Chakra music.
Mask off.